Before we get to this video, yet again, I'm going to talk to you about FUTTRADING.co.uk. I know a lot of you get annoyed by it, but it is what allows me to do this job full time. So thank you to everyone that has subscribed so far this year. The feedback has been phenomenal. But FUTTRADING.co.uk is a website that was launched by myself and Dan, aka V273, over on Twitch, whereby you guys learn how to trade and get given buying and selling prices for so many cards. We're talking thousands of cards on the market. And just gone live right now is our League SBC investment guide where you guys can make hundreds of thousands of coins from. And icons are now live on the site, buying and selling prices for pretty much every single icon on this game. It's £10 a month for tier 1, which gets you access to all the buying prices and selling prices. And £15 a month for tier 2, which gets you access to our amazing live filters tool, which helps you guys make thousands of coins immediately with some of the best sniping filters on this game. You also get access to this CHEM style calculator, tells you what to sell your cards for, and a trade storage area which we have built ourselves for you guys to use so you can keep a track of how much coins you are making every single day on this game. Make sure you check out FUTTRADING.co.uk, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing down below. Make sure you turn your notifications so you never miss a trading upload. And we're about to hit 13,000 subscribers as I record this video. So make sure you subscribe to make lots of coins on this game. Check me out on Twitch. Click link down below. Come over to Twitch. I live stream most days. I will be live streaming right now for Road to the Final. So if you want to come over and get involved, all you've got to do is click that link. Join the Discord server. Again, link down below. It's completely free to join. And in this time we're in lockdown now in the UK, it's a great place to meet new people and be part of a community and whatnot. I know some people struggle with sort of loneliness and isolation, and that's understandable. We're trying to alleviate that with this amazing community that we've built now. Make sure you check out FUTTRADING.co.uk for all your trading needs too. But this video is about Road to the Final and what you can do today to make coins. But in general, what we do when 6 PM comes and how we invest. Now, it's something that I haven't really engaged with enough this year. I've been busy stacking the investments that I would normally stack at this point. But 6 PM investing is a very, very, very good way to make coins, and it's been really effective so far this year. Now, last year in FIFA 20, there were twofold ways that I would do that. The first of those ways that I would do it is buying into iffy price ranges. Now, usually when we get a promo, EA bring out the cards, and there's always 1 or 2 cards that have an iffy promo. So cards I'm thinking about, or if not just promo cards, sometimes it's just standard like special cards. The cards that I remember from last year were Kevin Lasagna, his 5th birthday was a bit iffy, Saint Maximin's orange card, Calvin Phillips' Leeds United TOTW'S card. And what you do is, if EA gave them a stupid price range, like a maximum price of 70,000 coins, you would buy into those cards as they're listed, and you would then hold on to them. They go extinct, EA update the price range, and then they usually rise. Sometimes when it happened, everyone would flood the market, it'd come down, so I'd buy in again, let them rise up again, and sell all the ones that I had, and make a huge amount of profit from it. It's a really effective way to do things. This year, however, EA have got a grasp on price ranges. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I'm vocal when things are wrong with this game. I want to say GG's to the content team this year because I think it's been sensational so far. Jamie and the team have done very, very well. So well done to them. But yeah, price ranges have been pretty on point this year. So they've not really worked as much. However, one thing that is working really well, and I'm going to show the examples in a second, is link investing into objective cards and some promo cards. Now we're going to look specifically at objective cards today. But that has done very, very well. And what do we mean by that? During promos at the moment, EA have been bringing out objective cards that you can get, or at random points in the game, objective cards you can get. They've been very good cards, they've been usable cards, and it's, again, I think a testament to the great content this year so far that those cards are on the game. What we can look to do, though, is when those cards come out, we can look at cards that link to those cards. As people are going to go and do those objectives, they're going to need to link them to other players, and they'll buy into players that will link them in any way, shape, or form. So let's say you've got a German striker objective, you might get another German striker and buy into one to link to him. So I'm thinking like Werner, for example. Or if you've got a Brazilian left back or whatever, you might buy a Brazilian centre back or a Brazilian centre midfielder to link to him. That usually causes those cards to rise in value. The reason why objectives are so effective is a lot of people do them. They're free cards essentially. I've just got my little brother to start playing the game again, and he's doing all the MLS objectives at the moment to get the MLS cards because they're free. And why wouldn't you? If you've got free cards, you might as well go and get them. But yeah, so what I want to show you now on the game is the objectives, the 2 that I want to look at. Then I'll show you a couple of players and how they've risen and how you guys can look to do that tonight. So I'm going to be back in 2 seconds time. I will be right back. Alright guys, so here we are on the game. I'm going to go to have a look at the objectives now, and I just want to show you the 2 ones that I want to look at. The first one is this League player, this Mollet card. Now, a really good card. Really, really good cards. infinitely usable this year. A lot of hype around him, a lot of people talking about how good he is. And it's a relatively obtainable card. Win 15 matches, score 30 goals, assist 20 goals, score an outside the box goal in 4 separate matches, and score a finesse goal in 6 separate matches. Now, finesses are ridiculously overpowered at the moment, so it's not hard. But a lot of people went and did this Mullet card, and yeah, I was a massive fan of it as content. I thought it was very, very good from EA. So yeah, big dub from EA. And then Milestones, this MLS Squad Foundations, in my opinion, some of the best content EA brought out in years. And the reason why I say that is, just for playing this game, scoring 15 goals, assisting 15, playing 15 matches, and winning 10 matches, you got 3 players pumped up in the MLS. So if you're someone that hasn't got many coins, if you're someone like me that doesn't like buying players at the moment, I will go and do this MLS objective probably today at some point. Because why not? I can use these players in my team and they'll be usable for me for weekend league. It won't be a problem at all. I can just stick them in a weekend league. I'm only playing to goal 3 at the moment. I've no intention of going any further than that. But for me, it's just sensational content. If this continues this year, then we're in for a good year, in my opinion. I just love it. I just think it's so simplistic for 3 very decent players. Again, so GG's to EA for that. But what this means is, if you look at the MLS one specifically, you've got a centre-back there, you've got a left-back here in Lima, and you've got the centre midfielder, also Cam, in Bojan, right? So that's all well and good, and they're great. And they're linked to each other, which is decent. But people are going to look for other links, they're going to look for other players and stuff like that. And so it means that players that link to these cards tend to see quite a decent rise. Now, the MLS one's very pronounced. We'll show you that in a second. Mullet's less pronounced, but there is one player I'm going to show you about with him because it's an obvious link to him that's going to obviously cause him to spike. But these are very, very good. Now, it isn't just these cards as well. It is also other cards on the game in terms of SBCs. So if you look at the moment in SBCs, you've got Emil Forsberg. He saw a small rise in Klosterman, I think. You've got Jason Denayer. You've got this Bellarabi card. A lot of cards that link to these cards will go up in price. And it just happens. At the moment they come out, they go up. And now, as time goes on, EA throughout Road to the Final and whatnot are going to bring out other SBCs. They will also see cards that link to them. And you're able to make coins out of them relatively easily. It's quite easy to predict which ones are going to go up in value. It's obvious links. It's those sort of things that do well. But that's realistically what you've got to be thinking. So when the game, when 6 PM hits with Road to the Final, get onto your objectives, get onto your SBCs, check what's there, then go and look at the market. Look at what's linking. Go onto Twitter. Be in Twitch streams, even if it's not mine, someone else's. People will tend to help and say, I'm looking at this card, and you can usually buy in and make some coins. If you're worried and you buy in, and it goes up enough, and you're not worried when do you sell, if you've got profit, take it. If you're happy with it, take it. But I'm going to move over to FUTTRADING now and show you 2 cards and show you the rise that they made from those cards. And yeah, go from there. Hopefully it'll give you guys some ideas of what you can do tonight. And obviously I'll be doing this live on stream, hopefully. But I'll be right back in 2 seconds time with some FUTTRADING details. Alright guys, so here we are on FUTTRADING as usual. It's important to note that this isn't an exact science, but it's relatively consistent. But the first one I want to show you is Ike Opara. Now, insane card. Insane card in terms of pace, defending, dribbling. It's a very, very, very strong card at this point in the game. I was with my brother yesterday doing his aim at this MLS stuff, and I'm not going to lie to you, this card, 75 cards, is horrendous. But there's a lot of good stuff being said about this one here. 88 pace with centre-back is a joke. I will say, just quickly though, I am a bit bored of seeing the same players as part of promos. Opara always seems to find a way in. Adama always seems to find a way in. I'd love to see EA just change it up a little bit and not do the same players over and over again. But let's take a look at Ike Opara. So, Ike Opara, when he came out, sitting somewhere like 23, 26k, and then shoots up by 50,000 coins on Xbox. On PS, he's about something in the region of about, 35,000 coins, give or take, up on average. Now, the reason Opara spiked is because of that MLS objective. He strong links into Long, the other centre-back card, and the left-back. The thing that I did think about Opara that I thought was a bit bizarre is there's not that many good keepers in that league. I don't know if there's that many good United States keepers, if I'm honest, in this game. Let's have a little look to see. But I'm pretty sure there aren't that many good United States goalkeepers on this game. Not really, no. I can't really see any at all. So yeah, you do have to link into an icon, but you do get an 88 rated, an 88 pace centre-back next to an 80 pace centre-back, I think it is, in Long. For 77,000 coins is really good. But if you bought into him at the beginning, you'll make an absolute bank from him. It's sensational. And that's really that's the thought process here. Americans, hard to link. Find an American, same league, link them, done. And it's strong. It's a really good way to make coins. And you just need to be on the game, be aware at 6 PM of what the game is bringing out. Now, the next one is at lower end of this. And that's, we saw the Mullet card we saw earlier on. And this is Fresno Kimbembe. Now, Mullet came out on the 30th of October. And now, of course, cards always see a rise into Weekend League. They always see some sort of little climb or dip or whatever. Kimbembe went from 1,800 on average to 4,000 on Xbox. 1.5 on PS to 3,000 on PS. And that's because that Mollet card was very easy to do, not very difficult at all. A lot of people did him into Weekend League, and Kimbembe then linked to him, strong links him, and it was a no-brainer, realistically. It was a no-brainer that people would link him into either a striker or a centre-back. The strikers didn't actually do too well. Like, I looked at Ben Yedder's graph, and it was a bit meh, it wasn't anything special. Kimbembe's the one that did really well here. But it's really simplistic. It's really simplistic to do this. And all you've got to do is look for trends. So, for me, what I'm seeing here is it tends to be the strong link same nation that does well. I did see Longley, for example. Let's have a little look at Longley now. I think it's Long. I think it's pronounced Longley. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Longley. Where is it? At that exact point that he comes out, he sees a spike up into the Friday. Is that enough of a pronounced rise there? Not really. To me, you're looking at strong links from specific leagues that are really going to sort of make your coins on it. So they're the ones I've been looking at. Now, if the player is a ridiculously meta player, you might see people link higher end and higher tier cards to it. But a lot of the time with objectives, it's people that don't have many coins or don't really want to spend their coins that do those objectives. So the lower end cards, in my opinion, do far better. The other thing to note about this as well is when these objectives come out, it usually causes a spike because they tend to acquire Ligue 1 or MLS players. And especially in off leagues, it spikes up the price of some cards like considerably. So this, for example, this Chada here, 3,200 coins for him because you had to have 7 MLS players in your starting 11, and you had to have a max of like 77 rated squad, I think it was. So this Chara, because he's got really decent pace and whatnot, saw a massive spike, and it is random. It's not always that simplistic. This Ring, for example, saw a very good spike. There's Mora, he's been like a discard price the whole time. He's seen a massive spike. Where is Long? Because he went ridiculous at one point. Where is he? Tyler's gone up. He's gone up in price. But where's Long, the centre-back? There he is. So I picked him up yesterday when we were doing this objective for, I think, like 600 coins. But at one point in Xbox, my guy was sat at 7,000 coins. Like, even more than that. And it's ridiculous when you think about that. That is utterly insane. And so when these objectives come out, it's not just the links you can buy into, it's also the players that are needed for them. So let's say, theoretically, we got, I don't know, one tonight that's like a really strong, like, Russian league guy. I don't know. It's off the top of my head. If that SBC requires Russia, or the objective requires you to use Russian players will probably see a spike like Golovin, for example, because you have to use Russian players in there, and there's a finite select few that would fit that mechanic for you to do that. So that's something else you can look into do with this 6 PM investing. It's not just let's link the players, it's also what is needed to do that player. And so it's twofold. You can usually get an idea of what the market's doing if you keep an eye on it. Footbin's your tool, but I honestly think if you're in streams in and around people that are doing this, it massively helps because people say, oh, I'm doing this, and it rises the market up and you can make coins out of it. But that's basically what you need to be looking for tonight. At 6 PM, look for the objective player, because there probably is going to be one. It always is with EA at the moment. Look for the SBCs to see what they're doing. Look for the content all the time to see what money can be made. And also look for the daily SBC as well. Daily SBC sometimes require really specific things. If it's in relation to a moment in the UCL, it might be you require one of Liverpool and Real Madrid, for example, and then it might need fullbacks. And the requirements might be really, really, really long-winded. That means that fullbacks or wingers might climb. So it's something worth looking into without a doubt. But that is going to be the end of this video. If you are new around here, please do consider subscribing down below. Clicking the like button, all that good stuff. It's massively appreciated. But for now, lads, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.